Hello, everyone. It's Young Link Jr. So, Young Pharaoh, I just kind of discovered that YouTube deleted his channel, removed his channel. I'm not sure what the purpose was. If I can assume, maybe the videos that he was creating. And as you can see, like Young Pharaoh has no filter, but to go on the whole history of it, I know this would be like a long video, so I'm not intending to this to be that long. But I want to say, like, a fun fact about me: I met Young Pharaoh back in, I want to say, I think it was 2016, 2017, and this is when, I mean, he was popping. I mean, he has over 500,000 subscribers. Last time I checked, but at that time I think he had like 100K or whatever. But he was still somewhat popular. Him and Sinetta and Silent Suinsetti. And Silent Suinsetti was there, and they hosted a party. I followed him on Instagram. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Detroit at such and such time." And I think it was like around like 9 o'clock, and I got off work around 8. So I was like, okay, I can make that. So me and my homeboy Brandon, we went up there. I picked him up. I drove down there. It was near like Highland Park area, and we was at this Conscious Library, and they sold like a lot of books. I've been talking about African American books, African Civilization, 48 Laws of Power. I mean, it cost like $20 to get in. So I was like, okay, I got that money, whatever. And I respected his work. I respected his content. And, I went there, took pictures with him. So a lot of women there, a whole bunch of people there, man. People smoking, drinking, talking. And I want to say that from a Christian standpoint, what kind of turned me off, he was talking about, like, he just went on this tangent. It was like, Jesus never came back and Jesus ain't never coming. I mean, we've been waiting forever. That's some BS and all this stuff. And he talked about, the Matrix, and I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So he was getting a little bit extra with it. And I just think, I still subscribe to him because I like how he break down things with the science. Like, I remember he broke it down, like, why people have anxiety, or what does it do, how stress can kill you. And he be having these different lectures. And I was just so impressed with his intelligence and how long, how he carried himself from nothing. Like, he came from nothing, literally, from Buffalo, New York, and he was talking about how nobody really gave him an opportunity. I mean, how he was in and out of jail, and he's trying to, tell the youth and black men and black women, like, to turn from their ways, man. Get away from drug addiction, get away from prostitution, get away from all these things. So he has some good stuff. Good stuff in his content. I mean, I remember one great video he had about a Black Fathers Plan. Like, he talked about the sentiments of African American males that, they may be having a difficult time in having a job, in a corporation, and their woman is always working. So he was like, look, if you got a baby mother, you got kids and all this stuff, and you feel like, it's really hard for you to contribute to society, you need to switch roles. So how about you start staying at home, fathers stay at home, and then you got the mothers, they going out here and working. But the thing is, y'all had to get into a mutual agreement. Like, she bringing in home the money, but at the same time, you educating your child, buy you a whole bunch of books, read, educate your child, science, math, English, history, work out with the child. And he was just saying, like, just be a great father, and don't care about what people think about you at the end of the day. When you go to when you attend to family reunions or dinner tables and stuff like that, man, I mean, people gonna say, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a stay-at-home dad. He said, talking about being proud of that, investing in your children, investing in the future. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say that the stuff that Young Pharaoh say over the years is horrible. I mean, some things I agree, some things I disagree. But what I like about Young Pharaoh is that, he was very consistent. I mean, especially on the news and conscious, and I like how he really, I guess he had a heart just for black families to be strong. As you can see, like, he went through a lot, man. I mean, him and his mom did not really get along too much. So, I mean, he really talked about that over the years. But, yeah, I've been following him since, well, I'll say 2015, 2016 year. And homeboy introduced me to him, talking about the earth's not flat and earth is round. I think he had a debate with Bro Sanchez. I mean, it's just a lot of things, man, so this is when I was going through, like, that phase, like, okay, who am I? Am I a Hebrew Israelite? So, I mean, this was a brother that I really broke down a lot of things, and he got me into, like, reading more about my history and reading in general and making that seem cool. And I think, too, because of his delivery and his character, I think that's why he was able to gain a lot of traction, too. And then, Black Woman is God, LLC, that's his little record labels and stuff. He's an artist as well, but he's been on a lot of interviews. I mean, he talked with doctors, I mean, lawyers. So, I mean, he's intelligent. He's very intelligent. I mean, you can compare him to Dr. Moore Johnson, I guess, a little bit, but it just seemed like, man, you be thinking, like, where he get his information from. But I'm like, if you sit and read books and he understand and educate himself. I mean, look, he was institutionalized. You got to have nothing but respect for young Pharaoh, you know. So, but as I got older and I started doing, you know, a little bit more things, and I was just starting focusing more on Christ and little things. I kind of not haven't been talking, I haven't been listening to him or subscribed to him as much. But I will say, you know, this is unfortunate. I think he was threatening. It was a video, I can't play it, but there's a lot of he was very vulgar, but he was just talking about, man, you know, I'm a, you know, sue, I'm gonna line y'all up, sue all these, sue the YouTube headquarters, like, I'm gonna get my channel back. And I think he should. He deserves to get his channel back. I mean, he worked hard. He literally worked hard. You know, this is someone who followed him for years, for a few years, man. But I know how his channel, it really means a lot to him, because he can, you know, prepare himself. I'm pretty sure if he's smart, you know, he can, you know, he saved that money that he made off YouTube and continue to, you know, help others in building things, you know. But he got into martial arts, movie Thai. So, I mean, this is a well-developed, self-development man. You know, I don't know him personally, like I said, but I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has demons. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but he was a huge influence, though, in the black sector. I had to give him that. But yeah, man, that's just like my thoughts on the young Pharaoh. You just have to be careful what you say. It's a lot of shadow banning going on. You gotta, like I said, man, I mean, no filter and stuff like that. I mean, YouTube, we don't own it. So at the end of the day, if it's a liberal-minded platform, liberal-minded ideas, you know, it's like you got to conform a little bit. It's tough, but people losing their integrity off of it, man. It's a tough thing, man. But that's all I really have to say. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. This is my thoughts on the young Pharaoh. Honestly, I just hope you get his channel back. And yeah, I'm out. Deuces.